checking the tropics for you this morning. I know the last thing we needed is another tropical anything to hit South Florida. Good news this morning. Put your mind at ease. We're not going to be impacted by Tropical Storm Julia, although bad news is this is headed towards Central America, where they're going to see some really bad weather and some potentially life-threatening mudslides and flash floods tonight, tomorrow, and into Monday as well. It's becoming much better organized over the past few hours. The top winds are now 60 miles an hour, and here's the forecast track. It could be a pretty high-end Category 1 hurricane. It might even be a very close to Category 2. It's exploding that quickly right now, but it will be making landfall as early as later on tonight. So we may be running out of room and running out of time to get up to Category 2 status, but certainly a Category 1 at the very least, the way it's going right now, and heading right toward coastal Nicaragua just after midnight tonight, and then inland with massive mudslides and flash floods likely in some of the hillier terrains there in Central America as it moves off to the west toward Guatemala in the next couple of days or so, heading toward Monday. Right now moving off to the west at 18. It's about 1,000 miles south of South Florida, so no direct impacts here, but the high pressure over us that's steering that well to our south, combined with that low pressure there in the western Caribbean Sea, is going to kick up some winds today. So if you're heading to the beach or on the boat today, it's going to be really bumpy. Watch out for a high risk of rip currents as well. And by the way, we're also looking at some potential coastal flooding across coastal Palm Beach County, Martin County, St. Lucie, and Indian River counties as well. We have king tides going on, low tide, I should say a high tide this morning. We're in it right now. Then another high tide cycle coming up between about 6 and 8 o'clock this evening. Between those northeasterly winds and a full moon this weekend, we have the risk of coastal flooding. So if you're right along the beaches or right along, say, A1A, and you're parking your car, you may want to park it about a block or so west to get away from that potential flooding. Could be an extra foot or so of water on some of the roadways right along the beaches.